Morning, day 22 of Duncan's Devotional, and the topic is on your calling and purpose. And the title is It's Not in Vain. And the scripture is 1 Corinthians 15:58, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. And many of us, we've been called in different ways, and we keep working and we keep working. We're like, I'm not seeing what you're calling me to do this for, Lord. And I remember many, many years ago, there was a song the Clark sisters sang called Is My Labor in Vain? And is my fasting in vain? And I just remember, even as a child, hearing that song, and you could just hear the frustration, like, is my labor in vain? And many of us feel that way. And I know when I was homeschooling my five children, I felt the Lord calling me to do it. And there were many times where I felt like, Lord, is this even making a difference? I just want to run down the school bus and tell them take them all and go take a nap, right? But I kept doing it, and there were three things that really helped me. The first thing was that I had to lean into God. And First Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your care upon Him, for He cares for you." So I would lean on Him in prayer for wisdom and for direction and for assurance and confirmation that I was doing the right thing. The second thing is I had to um, learn in that season. And Psalm 84:4 says, we go from strength to strength. And and even though it felt like, man, what am I learning? There were things that I learned in homeschooling my children that I could learn when I was a manager at a corporation or working on my master's, believe it or not. And then the last thing, I had to let go of my expectations and turn my eyes on Christ. And Second Chronicles, verse chapter 20, verse 12, Josiah was surrounded by a army, and he said, "We're surrounded, God, but our eyes are on you." And I was surrounded by five children, and I said, "My eyes are on you, God." And I had three goals for those children: that they would love God, that they would love family, and they would be independent learners. Those were my three main goals. And I'll tell you, 2 decades later, they're all adults, young adults, and I could see that. But if I had given up, I would have missed the joy of seeing what I see in these children. So, whatever your calling is, to the homeless, to the elderly, to your children, to your church, whatever, a missionary, and it feels like it's not working, remember to lean in, remember to learn what you can, and remember to let go and turn your eyes to Christ. I hope that helps, and you have a blessed day. Bye for now.